Welcome back here to Team Friday here on OCR FM and also streaming live on maxblakemedia.com. On the line now, great to have him on. He was fantastic last week for the Hawthorn Footy Club, and they just got the job done against the Gold Coast Suns, but he got a lazy 33 touches. Unfortunately, Gary Ablett out-tuned him, but anyway, it's good enough. Joffy Simpkin, good afternoon, mate.
G'day, mate. How you going?
Not too bad, buddy. You must be really loving it at the moment, getting some games with the Hawks and also starring last week, mate.
Yeah, good. I guess it's sort of good to get just a bit of an opportunity to just play AFL footy. I suppose been hanging around a while and didn't really get much of a go of it at Geelong, but I suppose to string 4 games together now, it's been it's just good to stay in the side and have a bit of impact.
Just briefly on last Sunday's game, what was said at half-time? Because we do see it just off, on camera about Clarko and how he has a bit of a short temper. Did he crack it on Sunday at half-time? I know Gold Coast were up by 11 odd points. Was it?
Yeah, he gave us probably one of the better sprays I've heard. So I won't go into too much detail, but he was he didn't hold back on letting us know about how he thought the team was going and how he thought we were playing. So, to all the boys' credit, we responded well in the third quarter and pretty much put the game to bed in the third quarter, which was good.
What do you actually think of Gold Coast? Were they, were you guys playing, badly, or was it just the fact that they were actually all right?
No, I reckon they're definitely, they're not a bad side. They've got a lot of quality players and a lot of young kids that are, in the next sort of 12 months to 2 years, are going to be guns of the competition. So I think it just shows how much they've improved and as well as I guess we weren't playing bad, we weren't playing great. We probably could have been a lot further in front at quarter time, but it was it's a mixture of both things. Us sort of playing bad and they were pretty good.
Who's the better player, mate? Buddy Franklin or Gary Ablett Jr.? Overall. Not on Sunday.
They probably won't hear me. Say this, but I'd probably take Gaz.
Well, he was pretty good on Sunday, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's good. They're probably two different things there. Gaz being midfielder and Bud being up forward. So they're both very good players.
Mate, I guess it has been a bit of an up and down career from you. Sydney Swans, I guess you're there at the right time, and but injuries, I guess, overturned that, and you went back to Colac. Just tell us a bit about your time at Sydney, mate. What sort of memories do you have from back then?
Yeah, they weren't too bad. Obviously went up there just out of school, an 18-year-old, sort of big move going from Colac up to Sydney, but yeah, I had a pretty good couple of years up there. Won 2 premierships in reserves, but couldn't quite break into the senior side. So that didn't work out. But it was a good experience and got to be a part of a good club and learn a lot about culture and how they go by things and under some really good leaders in like Brett Kirk and Barry Hall and guys like that, Goodsy and stuff. So, no, it was really good, something I always remember.
How would you go? How was Barry Hall, mate? Because I did speak to one of your former teammates, Luke Vogels, a couple of weeks ago on this show, and he said it was a player that you wouldn't want to cross, and I think he actually also said it was he was one of his buddies or something up there. But how'd you sense Barry Hall when you were up there? Was he a bit like that? Didn't want to intimidate him too much?
No, I actually got along really well with him. I lived with him my second year. So we spent a fair bit of time together. He's on the field. You definitely wouldn't want to go near him, but off the field, he's a really good guy and always loved to have a beer and stuff with the boys. So on the field, he had a bit of that white line fever and stuff. But he's a really good guy and he looked after me and a lot of the young guys, which was good.
Now you got delisted and you went back to Colac for a year. Was the AFL dream, do you think, that was dead, or did you just think in the back of your head, if I have a good crack here, I could get on a VFL list, which you end up doing, but was it in your head that you wanted to play AFL still?
I guess in 2008 I sort of had a few injuries at the start of that year and went back to start playing at Colac, and I guess I wasn't that fit and I wasn't playing that well, and I definitely thought my AFL career was gone, but I suppose 2009 probably was a turnaround where I had a reasonable year, and then 2010 with Geelong, had a pretty good year, and sort of the fire in the belly was there again, and I thought I was good enough and had the belief. So yeah, that was probably the year that I thought I actually could make it again.
And then you got rookie listed to Geelong, and last year made your AFL debut, and also was it a NAB Cup game you played against St Kilda and Tom as well was playing? Was that your first game at Geelong, like an official sort of senior game?
No, that was the second. The first one was it was a round robin 3 teams against North and Bulldogs. But the second one I played was against Tom at Etihad. So that was good, and it's good. Thankful Geelong for picking me up in that year in the draft.
And you got, as I said, you finally got a senior debut last year, mate. Then went on to play the final against Fremantle. As a Geelong supporter, mate, it was a horrible night, but we won't go there. But also VFL Grand Final as well, mate. It was, you said you won 2 reserve premierships at Sydney, and to win a VFL, second tier comp, in the VFL was absolutely fantastic, mate. And it was a great win and everything like that, and everything seemed pretty rosy at that stage.
Yeah, no, it was good. I loved my time at Geelong. I owe them everything for giving me the opportunity. As a kid, I bagged for them, and growing up, you always wanted to play AFL footy, and they gave me that chance, which was a dream of mine forever, and I can't thank them enough. And to play in a final with Fremantle was a great experience. Obviously, as you said, it wasn't a very good night to remember. The VFL Premiership, that was something I loved, and played with a lot of friends and guys that I've spent a lot of time with over the last 2 years, and it was just a great experience. The best premiership I've ever won by far, and it was a great bunch of guys, and sort of that you can see them all coming through now at Geelong. That they're going to be the future of the club, which is good.
Now you played at Sydney. Great culture. We all know about this blood culture, and Geelong also, have adopted a real good culture down there. Can you describe the two of them together? Are they similar, or are they completely different?
They're a little bit different. I suppose Sydney had a couple of really strong leaders, whereas Geelong, when I first got there, they had a very wide spread of guys who led and took the team in the right direction. So Geelong were a lot talented with the players they had. But Sydney sort of did it the hard way. But they sort of had great culture in their own different ways with their bloods, as you said. Yep.
Now you got, I guess, delisted by Geelong. Did you think that the dream was over at that point?
It's not. I sort of had a bit of interest from other clubs, so if they had offered me a contract, I would have knocked it back anyway. So I'd already met with Hawthorn and stuff like that, and we'd arranged to make the move. So I knew that there wasn't going to be a primary list spot at Geelong, and that's what I wanted. So I just didn't want to stay on the rookie list. Sort of that probably cost me a few games last year at Geelong, being a rookie listed player. So I know, as much as you don't want to leave all your mates and stuff that you've spent with the last few years, I was keen to make the move and try and get a bit more opportunity at Hawthorn.
Did they? What happened? I guess in a way, staying on the rookie list, it would have been tough because I know there was a few on there. I think Josh Walker got played in the off the rookie list as well, and Stringer, and then you had George Burberry that's on the town. It was a real big depth that Geelong do have, and I sat back and thought, there's going to be a real harsh casualty out of all this as well, but we were so pleased when you got picked up by Hawthorn as well. Did Hawthorn basically say, you'll get a senior game, or did they accommodate in that sort of instance that you will be on the senior list and you'll if you're fit enough you'll have a crack?
Yeah, they did. Jackson Sheringham was another one on the rookie list.
That's right,
a player that's played senior footy last year as well. So it was always going to be tough. And Hawthorn they offered me a 2-year contract on the senior list he pretty much said that you'll play it out early next year if you're doing everything right and you're fit and stuff and have a good pre-season. So with meeting with Clarkson and him saying that, it was a no-brainer and couldn't put pen to paper quick enough, really.
Joffy, as a Geelong supporter, mate, how could you go to Hawthorn?
At the end of the day, it's a job, and
yeah, that's
I suppose you got to take the best opportunity. You're not in the system very long, and I probably might not have been playing if it wasn't for Hawthorn.
Yeah.
So,
no, that's right. Have you seen the 89 and the 2000 premiership anywhere around there? Is that easy to get to?
That?
The 1989 Premiership Cup and the 2008 Premiership Cup, is it easy to get?
I actually haven't seen them, to be honest. I've seen them in a photo. They had a big dinner last night that a few of the players went to, but no, I haven't actually come across it yet. There's a lot of memorabilia around the place, though, from the 80s and stuff.
Yeah, no, it would have been a fantastic club, mate. And the likes of, I guess, Dermot Brereton and Jason Dunstall, but Buddy Franklin now would be fantastic. I was just listening to a grab with Nicky Winmar on Monday night on Open Mic, and they said how the Indigenous culture, they like to stick up for each other. They're enemies on the field, but after they like the handshake and all that. I sense that community spirit with the Colac boys as well, Joffy. I know Luke is now one of your teammates, but we've got Dean Towers at the moment at Sydney, Nathan Foley at Richmond. Is it Colac boys? They seem to stick together as well, don't they?
Oh, definitely. It's always good to come across another Colac bloke playing AFL footy, and I actually was good to play on Foles in the VFL about a month or so ago.
Yep.
When he was back at Coburg and I was at Box Hill, so I hadn't played against him before, and it was good going up against head to head against him for the day, and it's always good to have a chat after the game and stuff like that. So it's always good to have Colac guys running around, and hopefully there's a few more in a few years.
What about your brother Tom, mate? I guess the Saints aren't travelling too flash, but he's just in his little zone that about to peak, you'd reckon, on the AFL scheme of things. But do you guys keep in regular contact with each other?
Yeah, we do. We live pretty close. I actually just caught up with him about an hour ago, so we catch up with each other pretty well. And we had dinner last night, so we only live 5 minutes away, and it's always good to catch up with him. He's probably had a bit of a rough start to the season. He's had a few little niggly injuries and a bit of form, been a bit down, but I think he's back this week, and I think he'll probably they're pretty keen to get him back into one, so I think he'll be back in the Saints side in the next couple of weeks, I'd say.
You're two completely different players, aren't you? He's a key position player, and you're a little, I guess, rover, small forward, half flanker type role. It's an amazing difference as brothers.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what happened there. He got lucky with a bit of height, which is good. But we are a bit different, so I don't know where that comes from. But I'd like to steal a couple of inches off him.
Joffy, mate, thanks for joining me this afternoon. It's been a pleasure to chat to you, and we're looking forward to seeing what you can come up with, mate, in the rest of the season in your AFL career.